Star Wars Episode VIII, The Last Jedi. So The Last Jedi is written and directed by Rian Johnson and stars Daisy Ridley, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Andy Serkis, Kelly Marie Tran, Donald Gleason, Benicio del Toro, and Laura Dern. So Star Wars The Last Jedi has been out for a few days now, and we are all left perplexed, polarized, mesmerized, and for many, on Cloud 9. Or in Cloud City. Whichever one. It is for these reasons that I have waited as long as I have to review this movie. There's a lot to take in. I didn't want to jump on this review wagon as quickly as everyone else, as I felt that if any film deserves time to marinate, this film certainly did. I've seen it 3 times now, and still have so many questions. But I can honestly say that I am now most prepared for this review. Just a heads up that there will be no spoilers in this review. Let's get started, of course, with the characters. Every character in this movie has their dramatic arc, or point of development, making the movie feel a little bit, I want to say hefty, but really I think that healthy is the suitable word. Nearly every character in this movie has their moment, making the film feel really fulfilling. We pick up right after Force Awakens, where Rey is on this island and she meets Luke Skywalker. Rey has a lot to learn about the Force, and we learn so much from none other than Luke Skywalker. Oh man. You learn things from him about the Force and the Jedi that we have never gotten, which is huge in a Star Wars movie. And not only that, but there's so much more. Kylo Ren is an even deeper character than he was in The Force Awakens. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying that he is more Kylo Ren, but that you really do understand his inner conflicts. And if not most of his perspectives, then all of his perspectives, really. Snoke is a bit underutilized, but that's fine, because, the Emperor wasn't really seen very much in Episode 5, as Snoke wasn't seen very much in Episode 8, and it worked very well. Just differently. Now for the newcomers, Rose, DJ, and Admiral Holdo. Rose is likable, and I really enjoyed her time on screen, and even Admiral Holdo has some beautiful moments to shine. Now, of all the newcomers, DJ is hands down my favorite. You just can't get enough of those smugglers.
Card player, gambler, scoundrel, you'd like him.
The acting. Performances are all solid across the board. If I had to pick the most impressive performances of the bunch, I would say Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Daisy Ridley, and Adam Driver gave us some really incredibly deep performances. Also, Del Toro is magnificent. The dialogue. Honestly, there's really only one line in the entire movie that I could have done completely without. Other than that, I can think of about 10 lines that I'll probably be thinking about for the next 10 years. The story. One word. Relentless. Particularly in the third act. Now, there's been some talk about the second act being really slow, and it mostly being due to Finn and Rose's time on Canto Bight, but honestly, I can say after 3 times of seeing this that DJ really made it worth it for me. Not only that, but these new animals introduced on Canto Bight called Fadiers, They have some subtle connections that I won't get into because it would be treading on spoiler territory, and we don't do that. As for the city of Canto Bight, I do want to say that it bothers me just because it resembles a lot of what we might see on Earth, but it didn't break it for me. If you want to have a casino city, fine, yeah, go ahead. But maybe make it a little bit less Earth-like and give us a few more familiar aliens. It was a big, very different environment for Star Wars, and then you have all these aliens, thousands of them, that you've never seen before, and I think that the familiarity of aliens that we've seen before, kind of like when you're on Tatooine, you see all kinds of aliens from everywhere, or if you're on Coruscant, you see all kinds of aliens from anywhere. That kind of familiarity is what brings us back to that Star Wars mindset. Otherwise, everything just seems too different. But boy, guys, is this movie jam-packed full of surprises and some beautiful shots. I just keep replaying these scenes in my head, and they're just so beautiful. Predictability. Now, you may have heard me a few times mention Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes, mainly referencing their elusive plot devices that shift us from one direction to another. Basically meaning that once you think that something's going to happen, then the film suddenly changes course and does something completely different. And not in a frustrating way, but in a very, okay, I think I'll sit back and let this movie teach me, rather than me sit back and say, oh, this is what's going to happen next. Introducing the new Helmer in movies that surprise you. Wow. It is so evident in this movie that people are even saying that it doesn't even feel like a Star Wars movie. I would say the same thing, except all I wanted to do after I saw it was go watch Star Wars. An indication that I was both satisfied as a moviegoer and a Star Wars fan. Morale. Now, I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but it's almost a staple of the film. There's just so much to think about. And I wasn't thinking about all the different scenes in the movie as much as I was thinking about how they impacted me as a person. Never has a Star Wars movie really done that for me, making Episode 8 kind of special. The adventure is not gone. It's still there. It's just as exciting as ever. But suddenly, Star Wars also just became a lot deeper, which I welcome. I can't get into specifics, and I'm sorry. Just go watch The Last Jedi. I fiddled with this movie so much. I didn't know where to put it on the list. But after much deliberation, and after seeing it thrice, I am proud to put it at number 13. We've got some really, really special stuff coming out on this channel, including, but not limited to, a top 10 best movies of the year for 2017, but also our first list shuffle. You'll find out what that is soon. I still want to get a few more reviews out by the end of the year, if opportunity allows. So, we'll see what we got. Anyways, tell me what you thought about The Last Jedi below, because I absolutely care to know. And to get more face-explodingly awesome reviews, then hit that daggum subscribe button, and I will see you next time on MovieSlayer. Really?